Hey guys, welcome back to another chit chat. So today we're going to jump straight into a conversation about solo female travel and what we can do to keep ourselves safe. So first and foremost, always carry an attack alarm with you. I have always carried one with me since my late teens, and just as a safety thing really, so that should anybody approach and you ever feel nervous, you've got their means to make a lot of noise and a big racket, to attract attention to yourself, which is ultimately what you want if you're in a, unsafe situation. My second thing, which is a must for going away with, is a doorstop. You can just buy a simple one. I personally would get an alarm one, so should anybody try to open the door, it opens so much as a couple of millimeters more than it should, then it's going to set an alarm, which will still, in the event of something happening, will still give you a good 30-60 seconds to get your bearings together and protect yourself if need be. And then there's the things that common sense tell you to do, like, things like looking behind you, being aware who's around you, try not to look like a lost tourist, because that's just an open invitation for an opportunist to come over and take advantage. Right guys, so another tip for travelling solo would be never to carry around all of your money on your person. Always distribute it into different parts of either, your suitcase, in your handbag, have some physically in your pocket as well. So if in the event you do lose money, you're not losing out on the whole lot. And also, if you're exchanging money, I would only exchange a small amount over here, because you quite often find that you get a better exchange rate in the country you're going to. So, and if you're going to somewhere like Asia, maybe Thailand, you are better off doing your exchange in an actual bank. I found that going to the Bangkok bank was a much better way to gain more money for the money you work hard for. So, why get less when you could get more just by sitting in a bank? Yeah, you might be sat there for 5, maybe 10 minutes while you're waiting for your card to be called. But I'd rather do that than, than lose out on money that I've already worked my little bottom off for. So that's also another good travel tip. Like I said before, common sense, always be aware of who's around you. And also to never try and never give too much away about yourself when you first meet people, because although you may have good intentions, not everybody does. So just be mindful about how much you give away to people, because ultimately, you don't want them knowing too much about you, just in case their intentions aren't good. So you've always got to think about these things. I know it seems like quite a negative way to think, but if we don't have our senses about us, then all sorts of craziness can happen. As I'm sure, if you've been solo travelling, I'm pretty sure that you all out there have had a few negative experiences. I know I have over the years. But, nothing that doesn't give you knowledge, and put it down to experience. And lastly, if you are planning to travel solo, and this is going to be your first trip, just enjoy it. Go for it and do it. I know when you think about it, lots of negative thoughts cross our minds, and we think all these things to stop us doing it. But it's not until you do it that you really realise the confidence boost it does, and how it changes, how you think, and the things you experience, and the things you see, like different cultures, how they do things, different ways of life. Like for myself in Thailand, some of the islands, and the whole vibe that you get there is just amazing. It's so relaxed, nobody's in a hurry to go anywhere, and that's really ideally what you want when you're on holiday, an opportunity just to completely slow down and be mindful about things. Anyway guys, I think that's probably the end of my 5-minute chit chat for today. Once again, if anybody would like any videos made, or you've got any suggestions about what you'd like to talk about, then just drop a comment and I'll get that made. Thanks guys, until tomorrow.